That's what this guy makes. That's the sound he makes. That's the sound, the official sound of the Holy Relic. Vitaly is back to his usual antics. If you don't know who Vitaly is, he is a classic YouTuber, big time prankster. Something bad happened, I think, between him and a woman that he met on the side of the road, a random woman. Something bad enough happened to where, you know, court and just horrible. It was bad. Feel free to look into it.
No? Okay. No. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right.
Vitaly went from prank videos to losing everything. It was all his own fault, and when he finally got his second chance, it seems that he has squandered that with a recent trip to the Philippines. And his second chance was just beating up pedophiles, which is like, that's awesome, okay? I concede, that is cool. Even the Holy Relic signs off on that officially. The Holy Relic loves violence. I don't though. I'm a YouTube guy, I'm very clean cut, above board. I hate violence, but the Holy Relic, he likes it. Does it actually get a lot done in terms of, you know, repeat offenders and that? Probably not. People actually go to jail? Probably not. Do they get shamed on the internet? Yeah. Is it fun to watch? Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Be a man and own up what you did. You said, I don't want to be on the show on How to Catch a Predator. Well, guess what? You are, and it's demon time. I'm not letting my shot down. I don't give a that you're disabled.
That was Vitaly's second chance, and he seems to have squandered it with a recent trip to the Philippines. Vitaly, by the way, is a total menace, and I think should probably, I mean, he's sort of Johnny Somali level. He's not quite as insufferable as Johnny Somali, somehow, but they're both just terrible.
Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Vitaly has had an interesting life and career online. He began his YouTube career as a prankster. I'm sure you guys have seen those videos, the rich guy dressed dirty and trying to pick up girls, and then he gets rejected. He changes into a suit and drives off in a sports car. The 2012, 2013 era of YouTube. Very big stuff, very awesome stuff. This is what I was watching in 2012 and 13. Was that just blurred video of porn? No, it wasn't. I don't know what they put up. I didn't do that though when I was in that era though, to be honest. Back in this era for Vitaly though, he was pulling in serious views. He was a absolute successful content creator. He had videos as short as a minute, some of them with tens and tens of millions of views. For example, this epic classic, How to Get Girls to Kiss You. That's crazy. I have a friend, Brandon, and he said that if you want a girl to kiss you, you just ask them. You just go up and ask them. And then they'll be like, yeah. And then people are like, oh, you're a pervert, if you make a video out of it. He's also got Gold Digger Prank, 48 million views. Incredible. He's about as Eastern European as it gets, by the way. This guy is so Euro. Vitaly's did it! Ah! We love it making video! Which one in our gold digging whore prank? 2012. Be careful, he'll beat you up.
Is that too much to ask for, or?
You know,
let's go out to dinner.
I usually go out to dinner with people.
Oh yeah, who you go to dinner? By yourself?
Sometimes.
Oh wow.
He's also quoted as saying, "Too bad I don't like gold diggers" in this video as well, which is maybe one of the greatest quotes of the century for any YouTuber ever to have a quote. It's a pretty good quote.
Oh, now you want to. Too bad. I don't like gold diggers. Peace!
There's also this epic car prank on my bitch mom. I added bitch in there, but it seems like that's what look at that. That's someone in Dubai. People in Dubai get crazy like that. They get on 2 wheels. Have you ever seen that shit? I used to do that with a lawnmower.
No, please don't speak. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Don't do this to me, please. Oh my God!
This was the old days of YouTube. Vitaly was on top, the old school brain rot. You could just make some doo-doo, dog shit, poopy poop fart content. Old-timey brain rot and suck up the entire YouTube audience. Everyone that was on YouTube would just watch you because there's only like 15 people who are making content that isn't like shit. Just total dog shit. Everyone's content in 2012, 2013 was dog shit, duty poopy fart, poop fart dick, ball sack, and stuff. Especially my content, dude. I was showing people how to install DayZ. In 2012, I killed a woman and buried her behind the Walmart in Fox Run Plaza, Front Row, Virginia. Anyways, Vitaly, he was doing quite well. He was going quite viral in many different ways. Sexually transmitted disease type ways. Every vertical you can imagine in terms of going viral, Vitaly was hitting it. Outbreak monkey, Spanish flu, chlamydia. No, I'm just kidding. Those are all not real. That's not real. I don't know though, I don't have any proof. Going viral with gold digging pranks is never enough. Vitaly would later rush the field during the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, whatever the one where Avicii and that other guy, wake me, Aloe Black, wake me up when it, remember that when that was the World Cup song? All over, when I'm wiser and here we go. That was not enough for Vitaly. He then decided to climb the Hollywood sign, classic, streak during the NBA Finals in 2016. And just like Mr. Beast, get arrested in Egypt for illegally climbing the pyramids of Giza.
Absolutely breathtaking. This is incredible, guys. Stop the war, help Australia. Let's raise money. I did this for a good cause. Spread awareness by these beautiful pyramids in Egypt. Egypt, I love you.
I think Mr. Beast recently went to the pyramids or something. I don't think he got arrested. That's also slander. I apologize for that. A little bit of a bit. I'll text him. Sorry, Jimmy. The Giza thing for Vitaly was kind of his last hurrah before the big bad moments came crushing down. That was, you know, it's the pyramids of Giza. Don't climb them, maybe, Dumbus, you know? However, everything would come crashing down and falling apart in Vitaly's life in April of 2020. Looks like he unleashed the Pharaoh's curse. Am I right, other people who have climbed the pyramids of Giza and been met with an indecipherable parable and then the Pharaoh's curse shortly after? In April of 2020, Vitaly ruined his entire life. He was arrested by the Miami Beach police for assaulting a random woman who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Just passing my house, evidently, where the guy lives across the street. He just came out and throttled her for no reason. He just came out and just whacked her in the face.
Why would he assault the random woman? According to Vitaly, he was high on mushrooms and tweaking out. That's awesome, guys. Nothing makes you want to hurt people more than being on mushrooms. Isn't that the one where you're supposed to be like euphoric and happy and like, you know, nice and stuff? Aren't mushrooms known for that? Vitaly left his home in his shorts and found a woman passing by. He followed her and he caught up and held his arms wide open. She feared for her life. She turned to run away before she was tackled to the ground by Vitaly. He then straddled her and I guess started to punch her in the face and chest numerous times.
She's running towards me. Last thing I remember is please help. And I tried to hug her and she pushed me or whatever. And yeah, I hit her and I realized what I was doing on top of her and I was like, what the?
He left a 2-inch laceration above the woman's right eye. What a piece of shit. What a giant, stupid piece of shit. Freak asshole dickweed. What do you think, Holy Relic? What'd you say? Is that right? Interesting. I love his side profile. I don't know, that's plenty. I just wanted to leave plenty of time to do an edit or something. I think Tara's gonna edit this video, so it should be really good. I think she's feeling really good about herself right now. I'm really happy in her life right now. All right, Tara, cut in a part of you just explaining to everybody what's going on with you. Cut in a part of you. I used to have her film stuff for my videos, like little pieces. Yeah, but she doesn't do that anymore. Is she even real? She is real. Tara, put yourself in the video for just a second. Or don't. I mean, I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, obviously. You know? Vitaly then ran back to his house and hid inside like he was running away from the police, tweaking on mushrooms, because he was, in fact, running away from the police, tweaking on mushrooms. Police got him out of his house and put him in cuffs and later drove him down to the station to book him, or whatever the it's called in the world of whatever. He looks like that all the time, not even when he's just tweaking out a mushroom. So yeah, that's enough to end pretty much anybody's life. That's really bad. I'm not even sure that's something that should be forgiven, just beating a random woman senseless. That's just like bad, wrong, spadong, whatever negative word you want to use. Look how greasy this cup is. Anybody's life would be over if you beat the shit out of a random woman on a Tuesday night in Miami. His life was over. How could you possibly return to making content after doing something that stupid? I mean, it's Vitaly, guys. He's been arrested plenty of times before, but now it seemed like the times were a bit different. The public, for real, now wanted nothing to do with him, and the days of shitty pranks were over. But he came back, website called Kick, March 2023, he returned. He tried a few pranks, realized nobody gave a shit about them anymore. He was stuck in the past and he needed a new direction. He started begging for money. He said, I got $200, $200, I had to pay court for fines.
Not putting you on the spot, you can say fuck off, but more than ask. 140K, December I give you 200K back. And I'll pay them and my bank gets unlocked. And you will get clipped and you will be a fucking live hero.
And he never would explain what he had to pay back from the court from some kind of settlement or $200. I need $200. Can I hold $200? Real quick, I got a settlement, the court. Join the Gump Club, go to sour.gg, help me pay off my settlements. All that bothered me a lot though. All the clips of Vitaly asking Steve, I think Steve will do it as the guy who did bail him. Conveniently, he never mentioned what that money was for. That obviously was for finishing up what he started when he was on mushrooms and beat a woman senseless.
Bro, I'm at 140 in debt, bro.
140K in debt?
Yeah.
What'd you do, taxes?
No, I still gotta pay for the accident that I did 4 years ago.
After this, he still had violence on his mind, but this time, instead of attacking innocent women, he started attacking the group of people who deserve it more than anybody else. He started attacking those who prey on children, AKA chomos.
This is breaking news. We are here with the actual pedophile. And this is a very delicate situation. Security is here to help us because this man is very creepy and he smells a lot like onions. There's a strong onion smell in the whole room. This village is hard to breathe. I will let you guys take it from here. I'm out.
Pedo catches, the Chris Hansen type audience. You know, it could be slanderous to say that they're all chomos, because that's like a different thing, right? But like a predator, they're just predators. Yeah, predators. They're just predators. Beat the shit out of him. He started beating the hell out of him, dude. Vitaly immediately headed to Kick, where he would become a predator vigilante.
Say, chat, I'm very sorry.
Chat, I'm very sorry. He tricked me. Honestly, chat, he tricked me. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, wait, I'm not done. Not done.
Come on.
Get on your, put your hands down.
Come on.
Okay, bark.
Oh, come on.
Okay, we're getting arrested. The cops are on the way. 10-4, we got him. Good, bark louder, look at the camera.
Wow.
No.
There's lots of arguments that you could make here against this or for this. Nobody gives a shit about predators, but at the same time, you could say that the pedo catches make it harder for the police to actually get involved in real justice to be done. There's a reason that vigilantism is generally frowned upon. It's cool to watch and all that stuff, but they gotta go to jail. They gotta go to jail so they're not a part of the system. If you just beat somebody up, they're just gonna fucking do it again. When you take them to jail, they still do it again sometimes. So like beating them up, they're just gonna stay further away to see if they're gonna get beat up by a giant Eastern European guy or not. Plenty of arguments for, against it. It's definitely great entertainment, for sure. Embarrassing pedophiles and predators and people like that on live stream is a funny and entertaining thing. Vitaly's had people fearing for their lives and get completely humiliated. A lot of people say that this is fake as well because he has faked a couple of them. Plus he was a fake YouTube shithead prankster. So like, what percentage are real? What percentage are fake? Because it's entertaining and all that stuff, but if you're just hiring actors, like, who the f cares? It's just, I don't know. It's just bad. Vitaly doing it seems bad. Vitaly has done some absolutely insane shit to what they call pedos, predators, whatever the f you want to call them, pedos, chomos, you know, any name works. They've had them sprayed by cow's udder and covered in milk, wrestle supposed sumo man with large breast that's oiled up against a pred. He even made a pedophile box him in a parking lot, an alleged pedophile. I don't know if these are real people or not. And it's all so he won't call the police on them, I guess, or something. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like, does this do any good? I mean, it's really funny, I guess, but I mean, who cares? I guess it is funny. I don't give a whatever. I don't know. Let's ask the Holy Relic. Just kidding, don't ask the Holy Relic. The Holy Relic's not real. It's actually just a bit. It's a cleverly crafted and constructed bit that I've been doing in my last couple videos to kind of take people's mind off the fact that the content is getting worse and I'm devolving drastically, quickly. Things are very bad. They're looking dark. They're bleak, some would even say, and the Holy Relic is merely a reminder of that, but also a distraction from that fact. He's got some kissable lips, I tell you what. So can we really know if these people are all actual real pedophiles who totally deserve this, or if it's faked? No. There are some sources that say they are, and there are also some sources who say they are not. Who the f really tell. It's just content at this point on YouTube, and there's not, you know, it's not much. It's not any deeper than that, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess. I don't know.
Look, you see, it's so fake. He's telling him to get the fuck out of there. Wow,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
So that's a paid actor pretending to
Somebody
be a pedophile.
said twist his nipples.
So in that video, there's only one bad guy, and that's Vitaly.
It's just content on a live streaming platform at this point, and there's nothing really to it that's more than skin deep. Eventually, Vitaly would get a bit tired of this formula of just beating people, somehow never catching an assault charge or attempted murder charge. I mean, there's a couple people. There's one old guy who hit his head on the concrete, thought he died. Also, he caught allegedly, I shouldn't even say shit like this, some big time guy or something, some well-known guy as well, which is pretty wild. It's pretty wild that Vitaly is the guy that's doing this. Total piece of shit, Vitaly. Eventually, Vitaly would get tired of this formula after achieving a modicum of success. And by that, I mean pretty successful on Kick. He realized the amount of production that he has to do versus what other streamers are doing is making him angry. And you wouldn't like Vitaly when he's angry. And you know who really wouldn't like Vitaly when he's angry? Random passersby on the street who happen to be female. To be honest, I mean, I'm just saying. Or when he's on mushrooms or whatever. Something needed to change for Vitaly, and he looked toward his god emperor, the new king of mankind, Johnny Somali, friend of the show. And it seems, because things started to take a turn for the worse, Vitaly's content started shifting again, and eventually it would lead to his downfall yet again, which is where we're at now in this real life turn of events. All right, guys. Earlier this week, Kick streamer Vitaly flew into the Philippines to in real life stream and tried to mimic the success of other epic content creators like Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed, but instead, his actions landed him in the same spot as Johnny Somali. Jail. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that so funny? I absolutely love that. In 2024, Vitaly gained some popularity as a predator hunter, but he decided to change things up and become an IRL streamer and just with people in public. You're starting to look good, finally. And then you just start to with people in public again? Why are you doing that? What's wrong with you, dude? Are you stupid? What a dumb question. Of course he is. Of course he is. Now, Vitaly is really making a name for himself. He's Eastern European. It's not even, I don't even know if he's, I don't know if no, dude. I'm so stupid. Just dislike the video. Just dislike the video and praise the Holy Relic. Praise be. So, there's so many in real life streamers out there, but Vitaly decided to set himself apart from other in real life streamers by bringing his mommy along for the stream and by also doing the unthinkable and clickbaiting his own mother in a bikini for views. Genius! That is incredible. I love that. That's a great little known YouTube secret. Don't clickbait a woman. People, who cares about women? Clickbait your mom. Clickbait your mom in a bikini. Start doing that. That's normal from now on. I declare. You know who's leading the way? Vitaly, greatest streamer of all time. By the way, I want to give a shout out to iShowSpeed for really making some interesting content lately. I think his content has improved so much. It seemed like for a while, it was just super obnoxious and bad, but his recent China stream is just next level entertaining. He's so entertaining and so, dude, he makes Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross and like all these other guys just look like losers in terms of how crazy he is and willing to do crazy shit, but in like a fun way. He's just having a great time nowadays, it seems. It's pretty cool. It's good to see. It's good to see. I feel like things are changing for people, which is good. Or specifically just speed. For Vitaly, they're getting worse. He's clickbaiting his mother in a bikini. So that's cool. He first stopped at Boracay, a small island in the central Philippines, and he had a pretty normal stream, walking around and shooting content, going, "Hello, I'm the Vitaly, the Eastern European. Look out, woman. It's okay, I'm not on mushroom." His next stop would be Panay Island, where he planned to do a charity stream with the indigenous Adi people and donate to help them, which that's pretty cool. You know, that's a pretty big W. So yeah, maybe it's a little weird to clickbait your mom in her bikini, but he seems like he's just making some content. It wasn't until April 1st when he traveled to Manila, the capital of the Philippines, just in case you didn't know. And that is the day that the trouble began, and we couldn't say April Fools for it, unfortunately. Most of the trouble took place at the Bonifacio Global City. I don't know if that's how you say it. Bonifacio Global City, which is located in Taguig. And there, Vitaly went on a tirade harassing local individuals and even the police. In one clip, he's seen approaching a woman going about her day. Clearly, she's not interested and she's trying to get away from the gigantic Eastern European freak approaching her, who's filming her. but that's obviously not good for content. So he says he's going to rob her. He stops her in her tracks, of course, and quickly changes her tone and says that he just wants to give her money. And then she runs away, and he calls her a liberal mask-wearing loser and tells her to go get her vaccine.
I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No? Okay. No. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right.
I mean, that's just another level of confusation. I think to me, the unbelievable amount of self-entitlement that streamers have when they're IRL streaming, where they can just, you know, over people in public and think that they're not going to there's no consequences or something. The entirety of the trip has been him pressuring random people, especially women, to talk to him, and then he forces them to gamble on stake for the chance of some of his money.
We're gonna play roulette.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous for you. Are you nervous? You lost.
But the moment someone doesn't want to go along with him, he acts like boss baby and has a meltdown and throws a tantrum. At least he doesn't throw a real 2020 April tantrum like what he's been known to throw when people don't listen to him or whatever beforehand. I'm not sure. There are also clip compilations of him going up to security guards and police officers, taking their hats off, calling them over to point at their penises, and stealing their scooters, and even reaching for their pistols. I've never seen anybody so dumb. He's lucky that the police in that country are not murderers. What do officers say when they're when people are stop reaching? Yeah. They scream stuff like that. Don't reach! Don't reach! Stop resisting! Anyways, that'd be me if I was an officer. Dressed up like Solid Snake, have my bandana on. Stop resisting. That wouldn't be me if I was an officer. I'm not an officer. On top of that, you know, the whole Swiss cheese police thing, taking their hats and reaching for their guns. There are multiple other clips of him just approaching random people and harassing them, which is just, I don't know. Don't do that. He's essentially, in a very short period of time, turned into Johnny Somali 2.0. The same shit that Johnny Somali was doing in South Korea. The people of the Philippines are now threatening to kick him out of the country if he stayed there any longer. Louis Sangalang, a famous Filipino MMA fighter, challenged Vitaly to a fight for his disrespect to the people of Boracay, saying, "It's abundantly evident that you enjoy bullying people who are smaller in size than you. My offer is very simple. I'm challenging you to an MMA fight. You don't even have to win. You just have to survive one round with me. If you do, I'll pay you $5,000 or $250,000. What? I wanted to say ruples. What's the money in Mexico? In the Philippines? Pesos, that's it. Yeah, $250,000 pesos. So yeah, no surprise, the Bureau of Immigration was able to quickly find and arrest Vitaly for his stupid actions. And following April 1st, his account on Kick was banned and he was taken into custody. Rest in peace, Vitaly Buterol, or whatever his name is. Wellbutrin.
Anything you say can be used against you in any court of law. Sure. Okay?
As it stands now, there are three things that could happen to Vitaly. One, he could be deported back to Russia, which would be such a mega ultra big time win. That would be awesome. Donetsk region. Number two, he could face legal charges similar to Johnny Somali and have to stay in the country until his court date. Or number three, he could be permanently banned from ever entering the Philippines again, just like Johnny Somali. I personally hope that they press charges and he has to go to jail for a really long time, and just maybe even then gets deported to Donetsk region. But it seems like at this point, Vitaly doesn't have any other way to make content, and hopefully his most recent actions will have some long-term consequences. On the 6th of April, finally a couple days ago, we would finally get an interesting final update. Finally, Vitaly would finally be dragged out of his final public press conference in his final set of handcuffs, where the whole world would finally find out what was going to finally happen to him. And unsurprisingly, or surprisingly, he's getting the Johnny Somali treatment. He's not being deported from the Philippines. Instead, Vitaly is being held there to face charges. I want to see him fight that guy, Louis. Fight Louis. They stated that Vitaly came and belittled the people of the Philippines and their laws and therefore deserves Filipino judgment, which I totally agree with that. That's awesome. Let's have Bruno Mars weigh in on that. Nothing? No comment from Bruno? Okay. He also can't control himself at the press conference. About 27 seconds in, he fidgets with his hand and then reaches for the supposed officer's hat to put it on. It's just, what is wrong with this guy?
While the press conference was ongoing, Vitaly Zadorovetsky was handcuffed, but this did not stop him from snatching the hat of an officer on his right. He also made the L sign, while Department of Interior and Local Government Secretary
Do not
John
do that.
Vic
It's L Fortnite. Fortnite challenge today. Make L in courtroom Filipino. The dude is such a piece of shit that it's sad. It really is sad that he's disrespecting these. Does he just not care? I guess he just doesn't care. I think he's just over being a, you know, you could be like Jake Paul. If Jake and Logan Paul can have a TV show, this guy can do anything. Hopefully they use him, and South Korea uses Johnny Somali as examples to just never do any of this again, and they just rush and push. Why does the law have to be just? Why can't they make an example of people anymore? Huh? Why is that not a thing? According to one article, Interior Secretary Janvik Remala stated that Vitaly will undergo a tactical interrogation so they can figure out the identity of his cameraman and charge him as well. Does the Geneva Convention work in the Philippines? Hopefully they tickle him real bad. The readers of the article seem to be happy about the news, as am I. But yeah, I'm not sure when the trial will be or what is going to happen, how this is going to turn out, but I hope it's good for the world and not for live streaming idiots on Kick. Comment down below what you guys think is going to happen to Vitaly. I think he's probably going to be pressed by the Philippines pretty hard. I think they're going to do whatever they can to lock him up. He's got a violent past and has been in jail and you know, had serious shit go against him before, so I don't think they're going to take it lightly. I certainly hope they don't. I hope they make an example out of all these people though, for real. So there's more streamers like Speed who can go to countries and actually have a good response and like be somewhat respectful, but still be funny. You don't have to harass people to be funny and entertaining. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go to the Gump Club and get your uncensored videos out in there. I'll tell you what, subscribe to the Too Late Show YouTube channel. Go to sour.gg, buy some candy. We make candy, real delicious candy. We got some right here. It's blue pill and red pill candy. Has nothing to do with any of that other stuff, the memes or whatever. I mean the movie or anything like that. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.